And thank you everybody for coming and for tuning in. Let's do some yoga together. I'm going to head over here to my mat. Hope everyone's feeling good. And if you're not, hopefully you'll feel better after this. I'm going to sit my booty down onto a cushion because it's more comfortable for my spine, for my pelvis, and it just gives me a bit of space in my hips. And if that is you, and that feels good for you, do the same. Anything, any pillows, yeah, anything that you want to prop yourself up with. Or if not, fine as well, if you're comfy, cozy. We're going to come into a cross-legged position. I'm in Sukhasana, easy pose. And just going to settle down, close down the eyes. Just let your awareness fall into the body, drawing into the four corners of your mat. Putting a pause on anything pre and post our practice, your practice together. Allowing yourself this space, this time for self-care, self-inquiry. Let your awareness fall into the center of your eyebrows. Hinge the jaw. Release the soft palate. Relax the tongue. Noticing the air as it travels in and out through the nose or the mouth. Belly's relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Spine is nice and long. Crown of the head reaching up to the chin. Feeling rooted through the hips. You can have the palms facing down on the knees if you feel like you need to ground some. We'll take the back to the hands. Put some more energy into your practice if you feel it perhaps a little bit sluggish. Draw some energy down for some more tapha. Higher. Slow. Tapha is, I always find it during autumn, especially, you know, if it's very snuggly and the rain's outside and it's getting darker, it's sometimes harder to inspire, to motivate myself to do things. Getting our bodies moving, definitely one way to fire up the soaking our own fire, our own personal fire, so that we can feel motivated, get that willpower going, get everything else going. That stagnation, feel good, eh? It's harder when we're at home so much more. At home, clothes, yoga practice, more. Bring the hands up center. Maybe on that note which just came to me then, there is some tapas you want to fire, send into some area of your life, an intention of willpower, somewhere you want some more strength, something you're working towards. Drawing some energy from the cosmos, from yourself. God is inside you. You are your own God. Drawing that up and through and sending it out. Seeing that intention in your mind's eye. If you were to achieve that, if you were to make that happen, what it feels like, what would it look like around you, how it perhaps it tastes or smell. Who would be the people around you? See it, feel it, know you can achieve it, and know it is yours and you're deserving of it. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. We inhale, let. Exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Taking hold of the knees, and you can keep the eyes either closed down and follow my voice, or just have a soft drishti, a soft gaze. We're going to take some kundalini rolls round to the right hand side, using the knees as levers. So we inhale, diving forward, exhaling backwards. And you move at your own pace here. And everything I do offer up through this yoga practice together is that, just an offering. So do what feels good. If something calls to you that you need, go ahead. If you're working with any injuries, be mindful. You can feel what's going on in your body before I can see it. You inhale forward, exhale back, articulating the rib cage, moving into the hips. And let's stoke that fire some more. We're going to work with Ujjayi pranayama, Ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling in and out through the nose. And there's a slight retraction in the base of the throat. You kind of sound a little bit Darth Vader-y. It's that sound. This warms blood, warms the muscles, sending our breath through and into where it is needed, but most importantly, it is a moving mantra, moving meditation. So if our mind does start to wander, start thinking about what you're going to have for dinner, I know even me suggesting it, you now start thinking what you're going to have for dinner, but we'll bring it back to the breath each time. And that is what our yoga practice is. Yoga, union of body and breath. Find some equilibrium, find some stillness, find some focus in a world where we're taught to be distracted. Let's take it the other way, round to the left, inhaling forward, exhaling back. You can maybe release the head if you like. Get really creative with your movement, perhaps playing with the speed. And that Ujjayi breath, you're working to make the inhale and the exhale about the same length, with a slight pause in between. I really do find the use of the breath through our yoga practice takes you out of that headspace of, oh, this hurts, oh, how much longer am I in this pose? What do I look like? I'm not doing it right, all these things, you know. That meditation through movement, the yummiest part of the yoga. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Glorious to breathe as well. I don't know anyone else, but unless I'm doing a breath workshop or unless I'm practicing yoga, I don't breathe properly, or I don't breathe enough. I think that's why we always feel so awesome after we finish, sent all that oxygen into our entire body, as well as stretched it, as well as strengthened it, strengthening the body, the mind, the spirit. Center, find some stillness. You can take the left hand to the floor. Inhale, sweeping that right arm up over the head. Take one circle, and then let the fingertips guide you over, drawing that right hip down, working to open that side body to find space. Breathing into the ribcage. Inhale, coming back the other way. Left hand up over the head. Right hand down to the earth. Sending the air into the fingertips, grounding that left hip down. Inhaling back through to center. Let's change the crossing of our legs. Taking it the non-habitual way. And we're going to take hold of the shin. Inhale, shining the chest forward and opening. The shoulder tips melt downward. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Here goes. Move the plane in a different direction. Then coming to center, taking our peace fingers, or our girl power fingers, to our temples, and then applying light pressure. Take some circles. That jaw relax, hinge the teeth. And then with more pressure this time, I'm going to drag those fingertips down the inside of the ears, down the jawline, down along the neck. And keep repeating this at your own pace. You're just draining the lymphatic system here. I know for some of us, with all of this lockdown business and just all of what's going on in general, we're not getting as much touch from other people as we are normal, but we can still activate all those yummy touch hormones ourselves by touching ourselves, massaging ourselves. Take those fingers around the back of the ears and down and along. Feels good, right? But it does to me anyway. I'm sure it does to you. I've actually started dry brushing every day before my shower, and honestly, I don't know myself, it's given me a new lease of life, and I've been targeting the lymph nodes as well, doing along here, just open along the neck. It feels so good. Sets me up right. Alright, enough of that. Let's inhale, taking the hands up over the head. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Bowing our head down to ourselves, thanking ourselves for turning up for ourselves, coming to our yoga practice like absolute rock stars. Let's draw our shins in towards our feet, rolling over the feet, and then come to find yourself in a tabletop position. Knees underneath the hips, shoulders over the wrists. And we're going to drop the hips down to the floor and exhaling back in the circle. We inhale forward, exhaling back. And this asana isn't in the Vedic text. This is dry hump asana, and it's a good one. It gets into the places that other asanas don't. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. I feel like with all stretching, if it feels good, you're on the right path. Let's take that the other way. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And then the other side of that is if it's not feeling good, back the fuck up and away. It should feel good. Yeah, you want to have some resistance and be working in that sweet spot. If anything starts to hurt, just back up. I'm not trying to impress anybody or yourself. Just here to breathe and move. Inhale, exhale. Come to back center. And untuck the toes. Externally rotate the triceps and release the head in between them. Lift the knees up a couple of inches, tilt that tailbone, and then slowly let the tailbone draw you up to the sky, making your way into your downward facing dog, spreading your fingers nice and wide, your palms flat to the floor, relaxing the ears away from the shoulders, and taking your gaze towards your belly button, just pedaling those feet out, bending one knee and then the other. And this is all you do every day. Just a downward dog, if that's just 10 minutes. Just working through it, honestly, the benefit gets into so many places. Find some stillness in your dog. And then looking forward, we're going to roll through the spine, coming to a high plank, kicking through the heels, looking forward. Inhale, take a dome through the top of the back, through the middle of the shoulder blades. Drawing the belly button to the spine, kick through the heels, looking forward. Exhale the knees down to the mat. Onto the toes, let's come down, thighs, belly, heart. Drawing the fingers backwards, pressing into the top of the feet. Ardha Bhujangasana, half cobra, baby cobra. Relaxing the shoulders, elbows into the midline, pressing into the top of the feet. Exhale, forehead to the mat. Untucking your toes, feet to heels, pressing back down with facing dog. Mukha Svanasana. Take a slight bend in the knees. Draw the lower rib cage in, so that tailbone up. And then let's put a big bend in the knees. Looking forward to the top of the mat. Padding forward 1 foot at a time, with as much bend as you need in your knees to facilitate your hands down onto the earth. You're going to stand at the top of your mat, taking the head nice and heavy. And let's just rock and roll from side to side, tracing shapes in the ground, in the earth. Bending one knee and then the other, warming through the back body, through the hamstrings, perhaps lifting up into the external hips. Just feeling where your body needs to stretch right now. And then we're going to start on the left side, taking your hands to the top of your feet, and we're going to slap our feet, and you're going to give them a good whack around the ankles, the shins, the calves, around the knees, the thigh, the outer thigh, inner thigh, hips, the butt, top of the belly, the torso, and the chest and the shoulder. Really give yourself a good whack there. On the arms, and the hands, flip it over, up and back, and then brush it all off, down. And then close the eyes, come to Tadasana, palms facing forward, tilt the tailbone. Tune to that. I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling much yummier than when I started. Inhaling through the nose. Inhale out, exhale, go out to the mouth. 2 more like that. If there's anything residual you want to let go of, we inhale, let. Exhale, go. And dig deep down what you've been clinging on to. Inhale, let. Let that shit go. Just roll down the spine, head first, slowly down, bending the knees, and then let's start on the right hand side. Top of the right foot, around that ankle, especially around your ankles. It takes so much. From the knees, the side. Sides in the thighs, hamstrings. And just travel up. You know what you're going. And the arms. This is the Qigong version of a dry brush, basically. And then let's take it off. And let the shoulders, palms facing forward, open down the eyes. Thinking self. The palms together. And bring the big toes touch. Keep a couple of inches in between the heels and the elbow. Left shoulders open the chest. And if you'd like to set an intention for somebody else, we already set ourselves a little tapestry strength intention. Let's send some energy and juice out to somebody else. Someone that we know that needs. Gently open the eyes. Inhale, put the arms up over the head, finding breath. Exhale, we swan dive forward and down. The hands either side of the feet, bending the knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back, right foot, left foot, high plank. Inhale here. Exhale the knees down, untucking the toes, coming down, side, belly, heart. Dragging the fingers backwards, ripping the mat into, we come up. Full Bhujangasana this time, so a little bit higher, lifting the spine up out of the torso and exhale, forehead down to the mat. And put the toes, keep the heels, pressing back and up, downward facing dog. And move, looking forward. Either stepping or floating forward to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up over the head. Exhale, hands down through heart center. We let the breath take the movement. The breath goes first and then we move second. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, the breath takes us forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Exhale, stepping back, left foot, right foot, high plank. I'm going to talk through Ardha Chaturanga, which is one option for flow. The other option would be to take Bhujangasana flow, or we take our knees down, take your shoulders up over the wrists, then bend the elbows. As soon as those elbows raise the rib cage, you take the hips down, draw the shoulders up, back and down. And either stay here or lift the knees. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So that's a half chaturanga, so you're still getting a lot of engagement through the upper body with it. And it protects the shoulder girdle, which you'll want. Who doesn't want the shoulder girdle? Let's bend the knees, looking forward, either stepping or jumping forward. Find yourself at the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sticking your arms up over the heart. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Stepping back, right foot, left foot, high plank. And if you're going with Chaturanga, let's just talk through that, our third play. Coming forward on our toes, bending the elbows halfway, half press up, and then inhale up, through the arms. And that forward motion is really important, up and through. So again, our shoulder girdle. Upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, looking forward, stepping, floating forward to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, finding prayer. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, left. Exhale, go all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back, left foot, right foot. And then make your way through your flow of choice. You've got 3 options. In downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up to the side. Draw the bottom ribs in. Draw that left heel down to the earth. And then exhale, step the right foot behind the right wrist. Sweeping the arms up over the head. High lunge. You're going to put a bend in that left knee. Put the tailbone under. Re-straighten the back leg, kicking through that left heel. And then come down a little bit lower, keeping that right knee directly over the right ankle. And our pelvis is in a nice yummy place now. Take those arms up over the head. And take them as wide as you need to have space in the shoulders. Internally rotate those little fingers. It's going to help achieve that. Take your hands to heart center. I'm going to take a twist to the right hand side. If you're pregnant, an outer twist to the left. So for our inside twist, I'm going to take to the right, taking that elbow just higher than that right knee. Through the hands, through the palms, open the chest, and breathe. There's an option here to aeroplane the arms. If anybody wants to take a bind, that's also there. Knowing what your body needs, knowing that all of these different options, one is not better or worse than the others, they just are. Inhale, sweep the arms over the head, high lunge. Exhale, hands down the inside of that left foot. Gently lower the left knee, and then untuck the back toes. Let's heel spread that right foot to the outer edge of your mat. And I'm going to tent our fingers out in front of us, a little bit wider down your shoulders, and then pull the chest forward, round into your baby toe and that back foot that's going to take any pressure off that left knee. You kind of force fold your mat or pad underneath with a blanket. And if you engage into that little toe, you won't have any need. And then let's make our way down to lizard. Whatever your expression of lizard is, perhaps your forearms come down to the mat, perhaps your hips all the way. Working into a space that feels good for you, that yummy stretch space we spoke about. It can feel good to put some movement through that right hip, or not, just breathe into that right hip if that feels enough. It might be deep enough. If it's too deep, back off. In the yogic text it said that we hold on to stagnant emotions in our hips. Stagnant patterns. If there is any sort of emotions or perhaps patterns of thought that no longer serve us, I feel like this is a yummy place to let go of that shit. You can't let go of your shit on the yoga mat. When can you? Such a beautiful practice. So much time to yourself, self-reflection, to really dive in. Let's press up through the hands onto the back toe. Lift up that left knee, just 1 inch. I'm going to stay really low here and open up. We're going to travel to the back of our mat, keeping those hips nice and low, working through the hips here, and then coming to the back of your mat. Left knee over, you're in a low lunge with the knee up. That right shoulder is up over that right wrist, and you lift out of that right shoulder so you're not dropping into it. And then take the left arm up. Again, if you're taking this class and you're pregnant, taking it the other way, and open twist. Breathing. And take your gaze, your drishti, anywhere that feels good in your neck. And this is so important. I know a lot of the classical alignment will tell you to take your head up. A Bikram teacher might tell you to take your head up. If you're jogging your neck, that is not good for your spine. So please, please, nothing else you take away from your practice. Take your gaze, your head, your neck to a place that feels good. It literally does nothing as well. So it's just there to look pretty. No. Let's inhale into the fingers. Exhale that left hand down. Let's travel back the way we came, nice and low. Framing the front foot with our hands. Pressing into the shoulders to give yourself a bit of strength, a bit of engagement. Shoot that right leg up and back. 3-legged dog. Let's work with some strength here. We inhale into that back toe, and your feet, when they're up and back, I don't care if you flex that foot, if you point it, if you press with the ball of your back foot, as long as you're engaging, it doesn't matter. Again, it's just an adornment and it's personal and it doesn't matter, but as long as you're engaging, that's all it matters. Let's inhale into that foot engagement and exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee over to left elbow. Keeping it there, lift the right foot out, fallen star. Squeeze the left arm to the sky. You have an option to lift that right foot up if it's calling to you. And then from here, take the left hand down and take that right leg up and over into wild thing. So that right foot travels over and round to the right, sweeping the right arm up over the head. Drawing the shoulder blades down. Inhale into the fingertips. Exhale, right hand down. Come to your fallen star again. Exhale, left hand down. Wild thing. Inhale. Fallen star. Exhale. Inhale. Wild thing. Taking that right hand down, coming to downward facing dog. Let's step the right foot forward 1 foot, the left foot forward 1 foot. Take the left hand to the right ankle. And then have a little peekaboo under your right armpit. Dropping those heels down to the mat, to the earth. Inhale. Left hand down, right hand to that left ankle. Your hips are going to want to sway out the way you're going. Guide them gently back into center. Looking under that left armpit. Take that right hand down. Bend the knees. Either step, jump, float forwards. Come to find yourself at the top of your mat and exhale down to over. Inhale, keeping your arms up over the head. Exhale, hands down. And you notice I always step forward actually, because I don't like being jolted when I jump forwards, and that's because I still have some opening to do in my external hip rotators. So I find if you haven't got loads and loads of space there, it's probably best to step forward. It kinda is the most ahimsa way, which is ahimsa is kindness in the yoga text, kindness to ourselves in this case. Let's keep the arms over our head. Exhale, hands down to heart center. No, you don't have to do what your teacher tell you, you know, and that's important to know. Inhale, keep our arms up and over. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping back any way you like, moving through your flow. Let's just reset by taking a few flows at our own pace here, without me talking. Let your breath guide you.
Stare so deep in your eyes, I touch on you more and more every time. When you leave, I'm begging you not to go. Call your name 2-3 times in a row. Such a funny thing for me to try to explain how I'm feeling and my pride is so on the plane. Cause I know I don't understand just how you love can do what no one else can. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love's got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you page me right now. Your kiss got me hoping you save me right now. Looking so crazy in love. Got me looking so crazy in love. Whoa, 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 na na. Whoa, 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 na na. Whoa, whoa,
Let this flow be your love. Down the center. No rush.
When I talk to my friends so quietly, who you think he is? Look at what you did to me. Tennis shoes, don't even buy a new dress. You went there, ain't nobody else to impress.
When you're down the station dog, when you find yourself there, just take a moment. Drop into self again.
Just how you love can do what no one else can. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your love's got me looking so crazy right now. Got me looking so crazy right now. Your touch got me looking so crazy right now. Got me hoping you'll page me right now. Your kiss got me hoping you'll save me right now. Looking so crazy in love. Got me looking so crazy in love.
Exhale, taking that left foot behind the left hand and making your way up the high lunge. Let's set ourselves up the same way on the other side. Still bending the right knee, tuck the tailbone under, straighten that back leg, find some more depth. Inhaling to the fingertips. Exhale, hands through heart center, taking our twist to the left hand side. Breathing here. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands down and forward, framing the front foot. Gently lowering the left knee, untuck the back toes. Heel toe that left foot to the left hand side of your mat. Printing the fingers forwards, drawing up and forwards, and then making yourself fall gently, gracefully down into that space of lizardasana. And again, taking anything that calls to you. I want to work with letting anything else go. Breathing into that hip space. In any movement that feels nice. The back toe, lift that right knee up a couple of inches, and then traveling to the back, your hips nice and low, taking the left hand onto the inside of the right foot, sweeping the right hand and arm up to the sky, an inside twist. You're on the ball of that back foot, right knee over the right ankle. Neck in that kind position. So it's one of the 8 limbs of Ashtanga yoga. Kind of self, kind of others. Inhale here, exhale the right hand down. Taking our way back the way we came, all the way up, high lunge. And then exhale, taking the hand down through the chest, framing the front foot, reaching that left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Inhale into your engaged back foot, and exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale up and back. Exhale, coming over to the right elbow, stepping out, falling, star. Inhale into the fingertips, the right hand down, coming back and over into your wild thing. Sorry, I just dropped one of my AirPods there. Inhale here, exhale left hand down, fallen star. Inhale, right hand down, wild thing. Inhale, left hand down, fallen star. Inhale, right hand down, wild thing. Inhale, left hand down, come to the downward facing dog. Bend the knees, take the knees down to the mat. Bring the big toes together, take the knees mat width apart, and come to child's pose. And forehead down to the mat. Feet to heels. Lifting up and then scooching up onto our butts. Take the legs out in front of us. And you're going to take the right foot up over that left leg. And you can either stay here if this feels good and your hips are down, or you can draw that left foot in. As long as your hips are both down, on the mat. Lifting up through the crown of the head. And exhale, taking a gentle twist to the right hand side. Music has stopped, but it's quite nice to have. Somewhere there it is. I love Ashtanga actually. No music, no distraction, just breath. Letting the left up. You're lifting up through the soft palate, through the crown of the head. And keep the gaze on a up diagonal, just the gaze, not the neck. You're not looking downwards. This way you're going to find more length, more space. And take it back the other way you came. Just going to bend forward and down to the left. Side. Let's take the other way. Foot over, maybe drawing that right leg in, both hips are down safely. Finding a nice tall spine, putting the left hand behind us. I like to tense my fingers, it gives me more space through the lower back. See if that works for you. Got lots of space back there, you can plant that around. Inhale, find length, exhale, we twist. Breathing here, flex that right foot. Back through the center. Move that left leg forward, and I am aware this has been quite a taxi flow. I am going to bring this down. But first, we're going to do abs. So let's take the hands underneath the thighs, flex the feet, take them knee height, shoulder height, and then either keeping them there, we're going to go downwards with the low back, grounding into the earth and up, and you can keep the hands underneath the thighs. Or you can take your palms either side of you, do down and up. And if you're feeling particularly sassy this Sunday evening, you can YMCA it over the head. I'm about here. Let's inhale, exhale halfway down. Inhaling up, no back to both toes. Exhale down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down, let's stay down. Let's go for a little swim. Swim faster and faster with the legs, the arms. Inhale and exhale, release everything to the mat. And how good does that feel to lie? Amazing how good we can make ourselves feel. Just a breath and moving up. Chiropractors are in the field. Your best friend, this is what you've worked for them. Feet in towards the hips, with the top, feet parallel, knees parallel, arms either side of you, facing down, inhale, draw hips up to the sky. This might be enough for you if you want to take a bind, isolate the fingers, or the shoulders, underneath you, left, forearm, through the ground, the top of my bottom, not all the way down. Don't force them. They go where they go. There's a slight engagement of the breath. Slight, like a 10%. Don't fully engage it because you're going to lock off a lower back and you don't want that. So inhale, lift a couple of inches. Exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time. So the hips find the floor. And we're going to do another one of those. If you want to take a rest in a full wheel, go ahead. If you've still got some fire in that belly, take your hands either side of the ears and press up. Do so mindfully, gracefully. Otherwise, you want to take another round of bridge. I know not everybody will have at home. If you would like to take a restorative bridge, you can just take your hands to the base of your spine. And feel it wiggle there, very gently, not too deep. And actually sort of draw the spine out, the lower spine out. Wherever you are, if you're in wheel, coming down, taking your head out first. Everybody else, rolling down the spine. Vertebrae at a time. Before you do anything else, let's knock the knees in together. Release the pelvis. The lower back is the teaspoon, and if it's going backwards and forwards, you can fire it up a lot. You need to get this way. Window right. The knees from side to side. And then watch a little crack way. Blessing. And then when you're ready, you only have to take in that direction. And then you move it forward. Little roll here. Drawing the knees in towards the armpits. Coming into happy baby. Taking the hands either on the shins, the ankles, maybe they can wrap around the outer edges of the feet. But as soon as that tailbone starts to lift, just back off. The tailbone should be down, the shoulders should be down and relaxed. The only space really working at this point is the hips. The feet are flexed up to the sky. You can have a little wiggle there. And then if anything is calling to you in your practice now, we're going to come into Shavasana. But before that, if there's anything you want to get out, any stretches you want to take, any inversions perhaps, but if you do invert and you know what you're doing, make sure you take the asana afterwards. That just releases what you have just done. Otherwise, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for Shavasana. You can make your way there. If you want to get warm, if you want to turn down the light, do so now. But maybe not too much first. Just draw on our ankles firmly. Closing down the eyes. Letting the feet fall outwards. Just taking up to receive. Oh my goodness, it's just like so hard for us. Lift the teeth. Jaw. toes, the fingers, to the arms up over the body. Have a nice big stretch, breathing into the hands, into the feet. And then drawing in one knee and then the other for a big hug. Give yourself a compliment whilst you're here. Rolling over to the sides. Pause here for a moment. Thank yourself for showing up for yourself. Press through that top hand. Come to find yourself in a comfortable seated position. If you want to elevate the seats, go ahead. And then close the eyes down, find a nice long straight back. Hands to heart center. Awareness back to the intention we set for ourselves at the start. Inhale in through the nose, and then exhale out through the mouth, send that out into the universe. Taking our awareness to the intention we set for ourselves. Inhale in, exhaling out. We're going to close the practice, the space, the ceremony we have created together with 3 shantis, peace to all beings everywhere, and one of the primordial sound of the universe. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Thank you. Have a lovely evening or day or whatever, wherever you are, wherever you're watching this. Thank you everybody that joined in. Have a great one.